The first song I'm going to do, I first sang publicly in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, as part of the annual Portsmouth Maritime Folk Festival, a free two-day event which I highly recommend, always the last weekend in September, and some great music, just a terrific time. But then I got the opportunity to lead the audience in singing the chorus of this song. It took a little while because they had to learn the chorus. It's only one word, but who knows? Lead the audience on the museum stage at the Newport Folk Festival. It's a little bit of a history lesson. And the song was written by the late, great Tom Rowe of Schooner Fair. A little Massachusetts history lesson as well. Oh, the African man at the sugar cane, oh, molasses. He works in the sun and he works in the rain. Oh, molasses rum. He loads it up on a wooden ship and he sails it off on a northern trip singing, oh, molasses rum. Singing, oh, molasses, old New England tea. It killed my grandpa, killed my pa, and it sure as hell is a killin' me. Singing, oh, molasses rum. When they fought the war for the colonies, oh, molasses, they fought it over New England tea. Oh, molasses rum. When old King George put a tax on it, the colonists nearly took a fit, singing, oh, molasses rum. Singing, oh, molasses, old New England tea. It killed my grandpa, killed my pa, and it sure as hell is a killin' me. Singing, oh, molasses rum. At the time of the 1917 war, oh, molasses sitting on the Boston shore, oh, molasses rum. They pumped it in at 12 degrees, a long winter night in a Boston freeze, singing, oh, molasses rum. In the morning it was 42, oh, molasses vat split clean in two, oh, molasses rum. 10 million gallons covered the bay. 26 people died in the flood that day, singing, oh, molasses rum. Singing, oh, molasses, old New England tea. It killed my grandpa, killed my pa, and it sure as hell is a killin' me. Singing, oh, molasses rum. My grandpa, he died cutting cane, oh, molasses. My pa went down in the great brown rain of, oh, molasses rum. Now I won't drown in a pool of blood, no, I won't die in no blackstrap flood. Still I'll go down to molasses, oh, molasses rum. Singing, oh, molasses, old New England tea. It killed my grandpa, killed my pa, and it sure as hell is a killin' me. Singing, oh, molasses rum. Okay, I did hear some of you singing. That's good. But consider that a warm-up. How many of you out there actually know about the Great Molasses Flood in Boston? Raise your hands. 1, 2, 3. There you go. A unique tragedy, as it were, actually 1919 in Boston. And they said that for years afterwards, people walking along that part of the city could still smell the molasses. It had seeped so much into the street. Now, I'm going to invite up the person who invited me to this event to join me for the next song. This next song is even easier, and I expect every single one of you to be singing along. I don't care what's your political persuasion, even though it is a radical unionist anthem. We need one more audience mic, but they can do that while I'm telling the story. I'm a firm believer in the folk process. And so this song actually originated as a little German folk tune back in the late 18th century. But in the early 19th century, Robert Schumann, the great German composer, took this little German folk tune and he set it to a piano piece called The Happy Farmer. Anybody out there know The Happy Farmer? If you took piano lessons as a kid, you probably knew or know The Happy Farmer. And then several years later, in this country, in the music halls, it was turned into a song called Redwing. Oh, the moon shines bright on pretty Redwing. And if you really want to hear Redwing sung the way you've never heard it sung before or since, go watch the old John Wayne movie, The Comancheros. John Wayne and Lee Marvin sing that song as they careen drunkenly across the prairie. It has to be seen and heard to be believed. Then in 1939, it became Dorothy's theme in The Wizard of Oz. You know, what do you mean, come on? But a year later, Woody Guthrie took the tune and made a classic out of it. And that's what we're going to sing today. I got the verses, you got the chorus. It's not hard at all. There are originally 2 verses. But Woody Guthrie's singing partner in the Almanac Singers, Millard Lampell, said, you need a 3rd verse so the record can be long enough. So there was added a rather sexist, condescending, patronizing, misogynist verse that we'll sing anyway. But then 2 more verses have been added since, which I think redeem the song for the modern world. Some of you do know it, and if you don't know it, you're going to catch on really quickly, so I expect to hear everybody singing. It's a workers' song, Jack. You can sing too.
It's a rally. Here we rally.
I actually led this on the museum stage at the Newport Folk Festival, accompanied by Chris Funk of the Decemberists. So he is a member of Wolf Pen, as is Colette now, as if you sing along, all are you. There once was a union maid who never was afraid of the goons and the ginks and the company finks and the deputy sheriffs who made the raid. She went to the union hall when a meeting it was called, and when the company boys came round, she always stood her ground. Oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union. Oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union till the day I die. This union maid was wise to the tricks of the company spies. She'd never be fooled by company stools. She'd always organize the guys. She'd always get her way. When she struck for higher pay, she'd show her card to the National Guard, and this is what she'd say. Oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union. Oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union till the day I die. You gals who want to be free, just take a tip from me. Get yourself a union man and join the ladies' auxiliary. Married life ain't hard if you got a union card. A union man leads a happy life if he's got a union wife. Oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union. Oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union till the day I die. You gals still want to be free. Take one more tip from me. Break out of that mold that you've been sold. You've got a fighting history. The fight for women's rights with labor must unite. So roll your bones like Mother Jones to the forefront of the fight. Oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union. Oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union till the day I die. These modern union maids are also not afraid to walk the line, leave jobs behind, because they are not just a ladies' aid. They fight for equal pay, and soon will have their way. They're workers too, like me, like you, and so together say, oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union. Oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union till the day I won last time. Oh, you can't scare me, I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union. Oh, you can't scare me. I'm sticking to the union. I'm sticking to the union till the day I die. Thank you. Oh, by the way, I want to thank Colette, who just ruined my voice today. And I want to thank Kim, and I want to thank the folks here at the Cape Cod Community Media Center for all their work. By the way, if you want to hear me do that again with a better voice, Sunday evening at the New Bedford Art Museum, I'm part of the Massachusetts Walking Tour, a number of performers who walk across the state of Massachusetts, take about 150 miles of trailway or pathway every year, stopping in each town to do a show. My friends Mark Mandeville and Rayanne Richards, Mark Kiliansky and Amy Alvey are on the trek right now. I'll actually be joining them hiking from Fort Tabor up to New Bedford. About 4 miles is all I can handle. And then I'll be joining them for that concert. Wolf Pen will be there again with that song and another one that's more appropriate to New Bedford. It's World Music Day. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Nick Noble, WICN, host of the Folk Revival. Thank you very much for coming out to celebrate World Music Day and for being our host. Thank you.